Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We're live in Houston where the Rockets have home court advantage. Look at Cleveland's starting group. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Thompson in at the 5 spot. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Last season was difficult for Dwight Howard, to say the least, across the board. Worse since, in fact, his rookie year.
Yeah, he just wasn't able to stay healthy. I mean, looks dominant in spurts. Gets you thinking, okay, he's back. Then his body betrays him.
And he sinks the second.
And talking about Howard, always a perennial double-doubles leader. Last year, through the injuries, he dropped down to 23 total double-doubles. But that was in only 41 games, so the average over an 82-game stretch would have put him in the top 5 once again. So clearly, he has a lot left when he's healthy.
And so here is Houston following the score by Cleveland. Harden, no good. Rockets on defense. Irving kicks to LeBron. Screen by Smith. There's the pick. 5 on the clock. James dishes to Thompson. From 10 feet out, and that one comes up a bit short.
Getting back to Dwight Howard, I think he's at a crossroads physically. That back and knee issue is highly unlikely he can be 100% for a full season. You just hope to have him happy and healthy for your most important games.
Here's Irving. James Harden picking up that last basket. Here's Smith. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
He always knows where his teammates are going to be, and that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now here's Harden to the right side. Beverly hits it from three-point range. Beverly's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Now it's ended down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with head coach Tyronn Lue.
He said their scouting report is really all about how to handle Dwight Howard. Obviously a tremendously impactful player at both ends of the court. Coach said, offensively, we always need to know where he is. Defensively, it's always about doing your work early, trying to hold your ground and deny him prime position inside. Sounds like a good plan, Kevin.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. And here's Irving. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Smith drives in. Dwight Howard pulls it in. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Ariza. And it's Houston with another.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one. Miss here on their first 5 attempts.
No good from LeBron.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Harden gets the bucket. It's no secret, Clark, what this Houston Rockets team wants to do. They want to get to the line, drive the lane, and hurt you from outside the arc.
And they'll do it all at a very fast pace. I mean, they're fun to watch. The pace is something that I think sneaks up on teams sometimes, Kevin.
Good point. Now, here is Harden. Following the miss by J.R. Smith. Howard with a clean look. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 3 assists in the game. Irving against Beverly. Thompson sets the pick for Irving. Out to Smith. Will it go? And that misses everything.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Irving against Harden. Moniunas passes to Harden. Fires from deep. And another 3 for Houston.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead. Just call him the Beard. James Harden, not just iconic, but also entering the conversation for the best player in the NBA.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert is checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. And speaking of Harden and being the best, he'd certainly tell you so. He referred to himself as the best all-around player in the league. What do you think?
And I think he's right in that category. A lot of people laughed him off when he said that, but he's been a legitimate MVP candidate. His defense has gotten better, and obviously his offensive game is off the charts.
Now here's Terry. And there's the feed to Beasley. Here's McDaniels. And another 3 for Houston.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Now, here's Fry, covered by Beasley. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. James outside. Another miss by James.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on it.
Here's McDaniels. Buries it from 3-point range. McDaniels got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Rockets.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Greg, that's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Now here's Shumpert. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. James with it, guarded now by Michael Beasley. From deep. Cleveland the rebound. Dellavedova once again off the mark by Cleveland. Rockets leading by 16. Down low. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Kicks it to Dellavedova. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. To halt the run. Beasley with the rebound. McDaniels kicks to Terry. From deep 3-point ring. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
What a 3 at the horn.
Jason Terry.
And of course, as we've always seen with LeBron James, it's not just about the numbers, but his...
I put all the pressure on me.
Well, that there is straight talk from a man who does not pretend. LeBron James is a textbook example of how to take responsibility and lead.
And Kevin, that's why he is the king. He doesn't say, hey, I'm just one of the 5 guys. No, he knows who he is and what he has to do. Bottom line, he's the man. Climb on my shoulders, and I'm going to take you to the promised land.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Boy, the 3-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at the Rockets. Trevor Ariza out there with Beasley. Then there's Howard. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's McDaniels in at the 2. Houston making some changes. Monty Eunice is checked in for Beasley. And James Harden subbed in for KJ McDaniels. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way. And that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
The 3 from Harden. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size. You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Irving kicks to Thompson. Shumpert gets a wide open look, and the rebound goes to the Rockets.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
And so it's Houston with it. Harden's shot is good.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Well, guys, James Harden, quite possibly the most devastating rim attacker in the league today, just refuses to slow down. Wayne Clark is going right at the basket.
Yeah, he's got it all, Kevin. I mean, he's so thick and strong and has deceptive moves and explosiveness. When he gets inside, he's scoring or you're fouling.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Cleveland's head coach was saying to his team. The focus of the discussion was getting their offense to run through Love. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. Guys, they've got a decent hole to dig themselves out of, but still a lot of time left to do it. We'll see if those adjustments help.
And thank you, Doris.
And when you're defending Harden, it really is a pick-your-poison situation. I mean, we talked about his driving, but you can't gap him because he's also a very good shooter and passer. So that double team that you want to provide as well, he's real good at finding that open man. And guys, another thing about Harden, he draws so much attention defensively. So even when he misses around the rim, oftentimes it's going to create offensive rebound opportunities for the Rockets. So he takes the whole defense with him.
Both free throws good from Love.
And for Kevin Love last season, he didn't want to be called a stretch 4, but the numbers suggest he was exactly that. Nearly 1 out of every 2 shots he took was from 3, a much higher ratio than at any other time in his career.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Harden dishes to Monty Eunice. And some nice passing there by Houston. And again, the Rockets good for 2. As Greg was talking about Clark back to Love, it wasn't his choice to camp out from 3 last year. It was designed that way to create operating space for both LeBron and Kyrie.
Yeah, and you think about it, it's hard to ask a successful post player not to play to his strength, but Love made the sacrifice, and I don't think he gets enough credit for that, Kevin. Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Thompson. The shot is off. And it's Houston the other way. And it's the Rockets on the break. Harden, no good. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Smith with the ball. Shumpert, no good.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Moving it up. And it's Smith missing.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Ariza with the bucket.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
And it's Houston's ball. They're on a 17-4 run. Howard, the pass to Harden. Screened by Howard. Harden's shot is off.
And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. He shouldn't be firing from that deep, though.
Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
With some arc, here's Irving. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
He's obviously hit a bit of a dry spell here. Only 1 of 5 this quarter.
Harden against Smith. Harden draws the double, puts up a 3, and that one's good. Harden's got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for Houston.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will today.
Yeah, the defense struggling to take that away from them.
18 feet out, and an air ball on that one. Way off. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. James checked in for Shumpert. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for J.R. Smith.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him. Because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
Here's James. Wow, way off on that one.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. The Rockets on top, just dominating this one. We'll see you after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. We've been watching a pretty lopsided game through the first. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 20 points and 5 assists. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets? And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Thompson in at the center, locking down the middle.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding.
You know, the Cavs had a slow start to last season compared to how everybody thought they would play. Still, it was the best start for Kevin Love in his career and would end up being the most winning team he's played on. Says something about how long he's waited for success.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Beverly against Irving. To the inside. And Thompson throws it down.
And, guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, you know, his reputation. Clark grinding away 100% effort all the time.
And, you know, Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
LeBron can't get it to go.
Not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge, too.
They've been the aggressors, plain and simple, outworking them fighting for every loose ball.
And there's the call on Howard. And the Rockets making a change here. Beasley's checked in.
Michael Beasley.
LeBron is doubled. Well, wide open look for Love. And nothing but air on that one. Howard against James. Howard with it. He has 6 to the left wing. And Beverly kicks to Ariza. And stolen by Love. Smith left side. Love outside. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Irving against Beverly. High post Howard. It's Ariza on the wing. Back to Howard. And stolen by Love. And here's the fast break. LeBron leading the way. Offensive rebound.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one, Clark.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
And it's sent back by Howard.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. LeBron can't get it to go.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Well, I tell you what, it was a really strong year for the Cavs. 53 wins for them, good for the 6th best mark in team history. A lot of those wins also came against the West, making it even more impressive. He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Cleveland's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Beverly against Irving, and Michael Beasley picks up the foul.
First team foul. Shooting for Fairview. Freak. Shooting 2. Timeout for the Bulldogs. The second half will begin in 10 minutes.
Ball and sticking too much. Knock it down.
Tornadoes foul. Jesse Bean. That's his first personal foul. Tornadoes foul. Freak. That's his first personal foul. Tornadoes foul. Freak.
Don't call that.
That's his second personal foul. Fairview foul. Freak. That's his third personal foul. At the Tornadoes foul. Freak. That's his fourth personal.
Bulldogs, your team is weak. You can't play with us, Bulldogs.
Defensive foul. Michael Kennedy. That's his first personal foul. First team foul. At the line for your tornado.
Come on,
2
fellas,
points.
let's talk.
Michael Kennedy.
Timeout, timeout.
Timeout for the Tornadoes. Remember, fans, if you would like to receive more information about school athletic events, please sign up for the mailing list available at the south entrance. That's it for the third quarter, folks. After a brief...
Patrick Ewing.
Now let's get it all in perspective. For all y'all enjoyment, a song y'all can step with. Y'all appointed me to bring rap justice, but I ain't 5-0, y'all know it's Nas, yo. Then a whole lot of only describe us as soldier survivors. Stay laced in the best, well dressed with finesse in the white tee, looking for wifey. Thug girl who fly and talk so nicely. Put her in the coupe so she can feel the nice breeze. We can drive through the city, no doubt, but don't say my car. Say the is out. Newness, here's the anthem. Put your hand up that you with, count your loot.